Gerber is the CEO of Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment Management. He joins me now. You are the Tesla guru. I'm not sure you want that title anymore because I want to start with the conversation. I want to start this conversation with what you posted, right? And we can see it here. I woke up last night super sad about this. The Tesla Model S means a lot to me. This EV changed the world. I remember the first day I saw one 13 years ago. Now it's gone. This isn't right. I want to point out that the image that we posted there, that you posted there, is AI generated, of course. But hey,
Yes.
Let's get to this personal move first, right? Why? Why do you think this is a sad day?
Well, as I said in my tweet, when I originally invested in Tesla, it was a climate change solution. And that's why we were so bullish on electric vehicles, was because of Tesla. And that Model S discovery, because we work in Santa Monica and that's where the first Tesla store was, it was really the beginning of an incredible time when there was not one EV on the road when we started this journey, that today when I drive around Los Angeles, there are EVs everywhere and not just Tesla. It's just wonderful what electric vehicles have done for transportation and for the environment. So to be ending this chapter for Tesla when climate is still such an important issue that needs to be solved, and taking one of the best cars ever made off the road simply because his reputation is so bad that people won't buy it, it makes me sad.
What about the counterpoint to that, though? And this really brings in his new businesses, right? The fact that he's over EVs, he has revolutionized the market, he was the disruptor. He is now going to disrupt other things. And his big thing, if it's not the robots, then it's the driverless cars.
Well, first of all, he's not disrupting driverless cars because that's already been done and it's by Waymo. So, right now Tesla is behind in driverless cars. And, I'm still having issues with full self-driving. Even today, I just got all my cameras cleaned on my Cybertruck because everybody's like, oh, your cameras must be dirty, da, da, da. And then within 2 minutes of driving in the sun, I had the same issue again. And I was like, no, how is this going to work if the cameras can't drive in the sun? So there's a lot of work to be done at Tesla before they solve any of the issues they're trying to solve, whether it be robotics or autonomy. And there's a lot of competitors in both of those businesses. On the other hand, they dominate the EV business. And why does it have to be one or the other? My whole argument is they could sell EVs and still do all this, but the issue is people don't want to buy Tesla EVs because of Elon. And so there needs to be some responsibility taken for shutting all this down. I mean, the S and X business alone was worth $15 billion and they're just shutting it down. It's crazy.
Given the context that you just gave us, what do you then make of Reuters reporting that there might be this merger between SpaceX and xAI?
Yeah, xAI needs money bad, and they're spending as much money as possible to try to get ahead of the competition in AI, and they want to be the dominant, intelligence behind Tesla and all of the robotics, as well as whatever SpaceX ends up doing. The bottom line is, Tesla and SpaceX have put money into xAI, and he's going to need somebody to support xAI. So Tesla, being a public company, probably would not get, the approval to pay an outrageous amount of money for xAI. But SpaceX isn't a public company, so there's much higher likelihood that they could get that approved because they don't really have a public board. So that said, with a valuation of 1.5 trillion of what people are talking about for SpaceX, it's almost like free for them to buy xAI if people are willing to pay that price for SpaceX stock. So I think this is going to happen at some point because xAI needs money, and ultimately these things, are complementary to each other. But I see xAI being much more complementary to Tesla than it is to SpaceX.
If we take a 35,000 feet view, although we need to go higher than that because of SpaceX, of Elon Musk and his companies, where are you on this? Because I think if you look at Tesla stock, some people are still incredibly keen on it, and others cannot wait until something like SpaceX goes public.
Right. I mean, people are excited. We're getting calls all the time about people who want to invest in SpaceX, even at ridiculous valuations. And I get it. It's one of the issues I have with Apple is that Tim Cook hasn't taken a risk his whole career And you have the exact opposite with Elon Musk, where he'll like bet $1 trillion company on an idea that may or may not work, you know? And so people like risk taking. And, you know, Elon says it like in the conference call, he likes difficult things. He's willing to, you know, die on the production line if that's what it takes to make something successful. And he's been successful so far building companies. So I get why people, including myself, are continuing to invest in these companies. But it's also, you know, it's very possible that he makes mistakes and is wrong about things too. And that could be extremely costly, and that's risk taking. So, you know, if you're a risk taker, Elon really fits in your wheelhouse. And if you're not a risk taker, Apple fits in your wheelhouse. At Gerber Kawasaki, we own both, you know, so that's the way we look at it. But I don't think Tesla at this price makes a lot of sense for most people, because I think the valuation is about 2 times what the business is really worth.
Yeah, it is interesting how devoted some of those retail investors, though, remain with Tesla. Ross, look, thanks so much for. I know you get it, and you know what? Everybody says don't bet against Elon. At least everyone who owns Tesla says don't bet against Elon. We will see. The timeline, though, the horizon is definitely out there now. We're not talking about 1 or 2 quarters. Ross Gerber for us. Thanks so much. Really appreciate you joining us.